Hey, what's going on, guys? The Langbanger here. I have a new profile for you, and I wanted to go over my Blue Eyes deck. So, I've actually been playing this game for 14 years now, and I think that this is the first time I've actually profiled this deck. So, over the years, we got some good cards. I mean, you got Blue Eyes Alternative, you got Sage, and now we got the newest card, Rhapsody, that came out of the Legendary Collection Kaiba. So, I think that card's insane. I don't know if this deck can be meta, but it can definitely hold its own. On how consistent it is, I really couldn't tell you. So hopefully you guys can take this build and make some tweaks here and there, and maybe find some success. So let's just go into the list. So you have the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, of course. You have 3 Alternative. You have 2 Dragon Spirit of White. I'm actually not a huge fan of this card. I mean, like, I'm using 3 trade-ins, I'm using a lot of level 8s, as you can see, but still I'm seeing a lot of the times, like, this is just stuck in my hand, and you can't really do a whole lot with it. I mean, you can pitch it with Melody, I suppose, but, I don't know. I might cut down to 1 on this, but maybe I'll find another way to get it into the grave and then just do some more recursion, so I don't know. You have 3 White Stone of Ancients, absolutely insane card, and then 1 White Stone of Legend, and then a tech of mine is Galaxy Serpent. So I think that this card's actually insane. I mean, it's not overpowered or anything like that, but the fact that you have level 8, and if you can bring back a level 8 and this, then you can go into a rank 10. It just gives you a little more flexibility in your extra deck. So I just think that Leo is a hell of a synchro card, and a lot of decks may actually have trouble getting over that. So and then additionally, there are some scenarios where you could go in the Star Eater. So it's not very frequent that that would happen, but just think of it as whenever you just normally get a level 9 synchro out, and then if you have access to this, then you can go into that. So I don't know, it's just more options. So then you have 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue. So this has been reprinted quite a few times now, which is a-okay in my book. So the deck's actually fairly inexpensive now. I mean, the alternative could use another printing here and there, but I guess we'll have to wait. Everything else, I think, got reprinted in Legendary Collection Kaiba. And then I have 2 Effect Veiler. So as I said, nothing too crazy there. Once I go over my spells, maybe my monsters will make a little more sense. So you have 3 Return of the Dragon Lords, staple, 3 trade-in, just crazy. You don't like trading in your alternative and Blue Eyes, but at least you do have ways to get them back through Ancient, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And plus, the more cards you see, the better off you should be. So, if you have a handful of monsters, you're probably going to lose. But if you just have a nice flow going, get a couple of draws, the deck will just definitely fare better for you. So here's the newer card, Dragon Revival Rhapsody. So basically, you just need a spellcaster type monster on the field, and then you can target 2 dragon monsters in your graveyard, including at least 1 normal monster, special summon them, and then your opponent takes no damage this turn, and then I can only activate 1 per turn. So what's really neat with this, I mean, you can bring back an effect monster and a normal monster. You can bring back 2 normal monsters. You can bring back Dragon Spirit of White, because that counts as a normal monster. So it's really neat that you can bring back Ancients and a Blue Eyes to go into a level 9 synchro, or you can bring back a level 8 and the Galaxy Serpent, as I showed you, to go into a 10 if you want to do that. So there's just a lot of nice options here, but it's really nice to just bring alternative back just over and over, and then just continue to just control the field. So I think that this is insane. So there was another card that came out, King of D, I think, and it is a spellcaster, and then you can discard a card to add a either Flute of Summoning Dragon, Melody, or this, I believe. I think I was the only three, but I'm actually just not a fan of that because really in this deck, like, you don't want to discard your spells. Like, your spells are, your power plays. Like, you really don't want to get rid of any of these. You want to just hard play them. So that was a really iffy monster, so I actually cut those for the time being. So now you have 3 Melody, staple there. 2 Desires. This is a 40 card deck, so 2 is just a good ratio. 2 Cards of Consonance. So this might be a little different, I suppose, but honestly, as I was saying, like, drawing is just really sweet, and having a little guy in your hand, it doesn't do a whole lot on itself, so you'd actually rather put it to the grave and then bring it back. So I mean, there are some scenarios where you can drop like alternative and then summon a tuner and then go in the spirit. You can still do that with Sage, but putting the ancient in the grave, that's actually not bad whatsoever. And getting Galaxy Serpent in there is actually pretty cool too. So then you have 1 Dragon Shrine, you have 1 Silver Scry, you have 1 Reborn, you have 1 1-for-1, you have 1 Soul Charge, and 1 Foolish Burial. So that's my profile. This card's insane in her, because definitely once you get rolling, like, if you bring back multiple alternatives or like Dragon Spirit of White or even just multiple tuners with other things, like, you can just go off. So kind of the problem with this deck, I don't want to say like it's a one-trick pony, but you just drop the alternative, then you go into a synchro. Like, it really doesn't have a lot of flexibility, and sometimes, like, once you go into that synchro, you might be able to go into another synchro, but based on the new rules, you're actually prohibited from having 2 synchro plays in a turn, unless you have unlock your zone. So that's kind of as well. I really don't know how to fix that, but this is just what I'm working with for now. Let me know what you guys think downstairs in the comments, and I will see you later. Peace.